they'd be like, I don't know, he's
Yeah.
No one knew exactly where you were.
They just sent you outside. Like, that was a lot of it. They just sort of sent you outside, and you went out, and you just met other kids your age and came up with stuff to do when you were outside, and then eventually you ran into older kids, and then they just beat the shit out of you. And then,
this is what
and then you came up, like, I did a cartoon for Netflix called F is for Family, and one of the first episodes is a scene where the young me and his friend are up in a tree, and these guys start throwing rocks at us and shooting fireworks. And that was based on a true story. There wasn't fireworks, but it was just me and a friend of mine were climbing trees. We're just climbing a tree because that's what you did before there was no internet. That was going online, climbing a tree and risking your life. So we climbed up this tree, and these bigger kids came by, and they saw us up there, and they just started throwing rocks at us until their arms got tired. We were up there, like crying, getting hit in the ankles and in the back. And then you just climb down the tree, and then those guys were assholes.
But I remember that, and I bring this up because the minute that my daughter could drive or my son could drive, my wife would check, and she could show me on the phone where they were. And I thought, that's just blows my mind. It doesn't.
Like J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah. It doesn't feel right to me that we are that accountable all the time. And sometimes I wonder if I'm just jealous of. There's like a care and attention.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? And I wonder, because when I watch your comedy, when I watched you at Red Rocks, and anytime you're talking about your child or your dad, how the house was tense or there was anger, people weren't dealing with things appropriately. I think, I know what you're talking about. It was an era, and I think I sometimes, when I'm seeing my family and my wife's handling everything so beautifully, for some reason, I become enraged.
No, I get that.
Why? Where was it? What do you mean? You're looking him in the eye and talking to them? What is this?
I totally get that. I remember one time being in a grocery store or something like that, and I saw this kid. He started crying about something, and his mother went over and started hugging him and comforting him. And I just felt this urge to go over and trip this little kid. And then another time, I remember the grocery store, because that's where a lot of moms have like the kids and stuff. And this kid was going like, "Yeah, Mom, can I have candy?" And she was just like, "No." And then he started crying, and it made me laugh. I was want to be like, "Yeah, get used to that, kid."
So you enjoy the unhappiness and pain of a child?
I thought I did. But what I realized it had nothing to do with the kid. That was just me with all of my bullshit. I was jealous of the kid who was getting hugged, and then I was laughing at the other kid because I related. Like, I remember when a long time ago I saw Sling Blade when it was in the movie theater, and I remember when he zoomed that guy out of the house in the wheelchair. He's like, "Get out of my fucking house!" And he zoomed him out, and the guy was all helpless. I roared with laughter, and I remember I was with these actors that I was working on something, and they looked at me in this horrified way.
Right.
And I couldn't explain it. You had to be a comedian to understand. Like, I think actors and comedians, they process pain differently.
Right.
Where actors, I think, are more like examining it, where comedians, you just pave it over, and it's like, you're just laughing, not because you're happy that happened to someone in a wheelchair. You're just laughing at just how fucking mean it was. I told you about this. That one time my wife was on the plane with me, and we were going somewhere far, so she had like a tablet, and I started watching a movie, and she had fallen asleep, and I was watching a movie, and I was laughing so hard I woke her up. And then she, when you don't know what somebody's laughing at and you just start laughing, she's like, what are you laughing at? And I was trying to hide it. And she looked, and I was watching Precious. I don't even...
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It was literally...
Oh, my God.
Some shit, it just gets so mean. It's just so mean. It pushes you through into comedy again. The mother said something so fucking mean, and then they just cut to her face, and she was so sad. I'm not going to lie. I'm being honest. I was wheezing. I was literally like laying in the...
So
I was
in
laughing
fairness,
so hard. The woman I didn't know on the other side of my wife was laughing, and then my wife started punching me in the shoulder. I just gave her like the tablet. No, she's.
So
that's one of my favorite things.
It'd be great if you were a movie
my wife
critic.
has such
It really
a
would
big
be great.
heart, and we're always watching TV, and she's forever getting teared up, and I am laughing my ass off. Like she used to watch The Biggest Loser, and these fat people would be crying about all the cookies and burgers they were eating. And they were crying like they lost a dog or something. And she would be crying with them, and I would just be laughing my ass off.